Yeah, I'm also, very excited to share very unique and uh, philosophically enriched idea of against emotion. So our topic, as it's quirky, but this is what we're going to do today. That we are going to talk about against emotion. Okay. So as an actor, we work on emotion. There are whole lot of rasa, navarasa, lots of concepts are there. It's a traditional way of approaching acting, and it is a basic. It is all about basic that when you get into the navarasa, and it's already there in your system. But nowadays, when we explore different dimensions of emotion, we also find against emotion. So first, what we'll do, we'll have a small exercise and demo what it is, and then we'll go into the detail. It's very very interesting, and we do it like, why. Now the question arises that why we need against emotion, and what is against emotion. Okay, so what happens that when there is always a limit of emotion. Okay, there is always a line of emotion. What happens when the human being experiences the extreme emotion? They start with the against emotion thing, and it happens. You will all experience, we also experience that when you go to the extreme of pain, you start laughing. When you go extreme happiness, we start crying. So what it is against emotion. When we actually get into that extreme emotion of like losing somebody, sometimes we don't feel like expressing. Sometimes we become still. So these are the examples of against emotion, that in order to express our emotions, sometimes it happens when we actually want to say a lot of things, we don't say anything. When we actually want to cry out loud, we don't cry. When we actually want to laugh, we don't laugh. So that's the whole idea of against emotion. So whatever I just briefed right now in terms of the topic, can you please rephrase it in Tamil so that we'll start with that note, what we are going to talk about in the title
நீங்க
of
என்ன சஞ்சய் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, ஒரு கோவமோ, இல்ல சிரிப்போ, இல்ல அழுகையோ நெறைய ஹெவியா வந்தது அப்டின்னா, அதுக்கு ஆப்போசிட்டா என்ன இருக்கோ அத பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ இப்ப வந்து ஒரு கோவம் ஜாஸ்தியா வருது அப்டின்னா, நம்ம அந்த டைம்ல என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? ரொம்ப 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 ஓவரா அழுக வர மாரி இருக்கு அப்டின்ற சிச்சுவேஷன்ல நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? வென் யூ ஃபீல் லைக் சோ மச் ஆஃப் கிரையிங், that time ironically what we'll do? Ironically we'll laugh. Ironically, when you feel like really crying, that time you laugh. When you really feel like laughing so much, you'll have that happy tears, you'll cry. So அது வந்து ironic uh, is the thing. So against emotion, that is an against emotion. So
against
let's go.
emotion. You see the basic idea of the emotions are like happiness, sad, and nine emotions are there. Navrasa is there. Fine. But what happens that when we actually we try to open up, we go into that emotion and the extreme of the emotion also, and we'll see that when we are actually having the layered emotion, it's a mixed emotion actually. you know like when you get something very precious to you, when you meet a friend after 10 years of, so lots of things happen. So that emotion is actually the against emotion. Why we are using the against emotion? Because it's not just one emotion. When we actually experience this, it's a whole lot of emotion we start experiencing. When we are extremely happy, why do we, like, the question now we can ask that why do we get that tears? Why do we start crying when we are extremely happy? And when lots of tragedies are happening back to back, why we start laughing? That is the idea of against emotion. Why happens? What happens when we narrate the story of a tragic story of ourselves? We laugh and tell this story. We start sharing our breakup story. We start our the story of failures. All we laugh and share the story. That time when it is happening, when you are experiencing, it's an extremely sad situation you are going through first. But but after some time, when you actually remember and go back to that those memory lane, and when you express these stories or these narrations, you laugh. There comes this against emotion. It is an against emotion in terms of that it's a miscellaneous emotion. We'll do a demo and we'll get to know. Okay, now let's take a simple, very simple example. That, for example, let's take a line that of Navarasa, that uh, I love you. Very simple line, very universal line, that I love you is a simple thing. But the way you are going to tell will decide the emotion. And also take I hate you. Now I will start with a demo that I am going to tell you I hate you, and tell me what context you are getting when I say I hate you. Okay, so this is the first exercise. The line is I hate you, but how I'm going to tell will decide the context. So it will blur the text. The text is I hate you, but how I'm going to tell will blur the text. And there comes the against emotion. I hate you. I'm telling you, I I hate you. So see, that is the idea. You see, so there, what I'll kill you. You come in front of me. I'll kill you. So that is where that emotion comes. That is where we start getting into the like reading between the lines of the text. So sometimes the text will be blurred. It will be vague. What you are telling, while not telling, comes the first. And that is the idea of against emotion. We'll go to the detail, but I would also like to to you also to try some these kind of basic exercise, and then we'll go for the level up exercise, where we will try to get into the situation, and it will be a very serious situation, and we'll try to apply the against emotion thing. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Start any random line. Okay, like for example, I'll kill you. I'll kill you, I'm telling you. So here comes that miscellaneous emotion, that what you are saying, you are saying, and what you're not saying, you are saying. And the whole situation can be easily expressed when I use the title of against emotion. Because we are actually, I'm going to against emotion. I'm not telling what I am telling, but I'm trying to tell what I want to tell. So that is the whole idea of this session. Please attempt it, and just take out some random line, and I try to do it mechanically, do it in a fake way. The process of whole idea of acting is fake it till make it. So we'll start with fake thing, and we'll practice, and we'll try to become organic. This is the idea. Okay, yeah, start.
I'll take a line like some. Uh, but now the thing is, I hate you when you told, right? When you told this word, I hate you, you were
uh,
laughing at me. That you're trying. I felt like some friend of yours is teasing you.
ha, ha, ha.
For that, you are giving a reply.
And you see, there's another magic in it. When i'm saying I hate you, I kill you, actually my mind is saying I love you.
Yeah, yeah,
And my
maybe.
mind is, yeah, my words are telling I'll kill you, my mind is telling I love you. So there comes that miscellaneous against emotion. What I'm going to try to tell you, actually you're not getting it. You are getting what my mind is preparing. You see. Okay, for example, example one, the same example, that i'll I'll kill you. I'm telling you, you just go away from here. I'm telling you, just Just leave this session. Go away right now. Go away. Okay. One example. Second example. I trust you. So that is the idea.
Wow,
So
wow.
there we are going to explore very simple idea, but it gives a huge impact on performance when you know where to stop, and it needs a control. That's why we are discussing this session after so long, after getting into the basic, then only we can experience this. So
But
this
there
is
are
the
many
idea.
things we can do there, no? In this against
Huh.
emotion, we can just do two things. One, we can do it when for how do I tell? I'm not able to explain it. Like for uh, uh, we can't use this against emotion in a many places, right? We can just do it in
Yeah.
two places. I think only when you are
This
feeling very sad, you will laugh and tell. Laugh in the sense, "Hmm, my life is like this," like that you will tell. That is somewhere
see,
where
lots of methods are there, lots of systems are there. So whatever system, like, we have to be aware of different system, and like, this is the moment we create in acting, we can't do every time, but in order to just garnish that moment in our performance, we do it. Sometime, like, you see, so there is a moment that actor is telling, that actor is looking at that another actor, a character, and telling, I trust you. Simple. So that is the whole idea. This exercise, against emotion exercise, is about understanding the nuances. See, what actor is telling is not telling, but what is there in the mind is being conveyed. So it's a huge exercise in terms of preparation of an actor, because you have to train your mind in a different way, you have to train your vocal cord in a different way, and all together you are going to mix it and then perform, and the impact will be completely different. Yeah, it is a technique, it is a how of acting. It can be used somewhere, and, like, we have to see when and where and how we are going to use it. But it's a different impact. For example, if, let's fight first. Let's find a topic and fight. Okay, first we'll have a visual fight. Okay, that verbal fight. Start an argument, and then we'll have, and then we'll do the another example, and I'll show you how it impacts the performance, how it changes the dynamics. When we are fighting together, like the way the ordinary usual fight, it will be acceptable. People will accept it because this is how we do. But I will also show the example too, when I will change the dynamics of that fight, and I will give some different interpretation to that fight, and people will get it easily, will get it what is happening. And there, you remember of the status game. Let's do it, and then you will get to know. Let's make an heating discussion. Start anything, and it is a regular anger. It's a heated discussion we are going to have. That's it. Start.
hey, you're 32 years old and you can't even come on an Instagram live properly, huh? Bloody, what are you doing? Huh?
Hmm.
You don't have the basic common sense, huh? It is basic
Hmm.
in you can read that basic English. You can't just join. Bloody, what do you think?
Over.
Yeah, yeah, let's go.
Okay, you know everything. You know every dynamics of Instagram. What have you got? Okay, I agree that I don't know anything. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to log in. Okay, I accept. You know everything, and what big difference have you made? Tell me. What difference have you made? How have you changed the world by knowing all those Instagram thing?
Look,
I am
tomorrow
much
if
better than.
again Corona comes, again Corona is coming, man. What? How will you project yourself? Huh? Instagram only
I,
you can come, go live, you can become famous, you can become a star. Instagram and all,
no, no, no.
you should be in the trend, bro.
I've been doing it for long. See, if I have to do, I will find some or the other way. It's not just an Instagram or the YouTube. It can be anything. If I have to do it, I will find my ways. It's just a brand they are creating. That Instagram is the new culture. No, I don't believe in those cultures. You see, in near future, they will people will get bored of these platforms, and the time is coming. Repetitive stuff, repetitive thing coming on, nothing new in that. So people will start. They in the Western world, they have already started, leaving this Instagram and they are going to the library. And the irony is that what they are
Don't
doing,
talk like one uncle, Sanjay. Don't talk like one uncle, okay? Please be in the trend.
no, what does train mean? What does it mean?
When the whole world is doing something, you should be there in the trend. Then only you will be upgraded. Tomorrow in Varanasi, someone is asking
What
you a question. What kind of answer you will give? You will
point
be,
of being up? What's the
huh?
point? All what happens? What happens of being upgradation? What happens to that? Okay, example one. Now do the same example and I'll do it in a different way. Start. Example one. Okay, it is done. Example two.
Uh, what a great genius, bro, you are. Pa. No. You're so spontaneous. I am telling you like a kid. I am telling you how to do like a kid. That also you can't follow. Huh? I don't understand. What do you think? Yeah, with you, what can I do, man? With you, what only I can do.
Done.
Done. Done.
Now keep your trap shut and go away.
Keep your what?
Keep your trap shut and go away. Go fuck from here. I'm
Bro,
really pissed. Sorry.
I'm giving you avenues and giving you platform to upgrade yourself. If you are going
I
to
don't.
be like this, you will be there in the ghat only. Till the end, you will be there in the ghat. You will become one
I'm
Samya. Last alone, you will become there only.
I'm happy with being at Ghat. This is what I am. This is where I come from, and I don't want to do anything. Okay. And if you start a lecture, there are lots of philosophers here in my city who are much more 1000% more equipped than you. A random guy coming and telling me what to do, what not to do. It's all cliche. Stop this cliche. I've been through, I've gone through n numbers of time. Okay.
I know, man. You're so old. You're like you're from Orkut thing. You're being there in online. You know
Hmm.
everything, but you're not
Hmm.
able to log in. Also,
That's a trend, and that will become a new trend. I'm telling you. I have so much of confidence that not being able to log in will be a new trend. I'm telling you,
what,
and you'll see.
man?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
So every time when you propose an idea, it is an idea. It is a simple idea, but you see, every time when you propose this idea, can make the difference and can change the content of the dialogue. It will be the same situation, will be the same, but every time when you, because see what is happening, your performance is not just dependent on you, it will be dependent on what I am giving you as an intake. It will be dependent on what kind of interpretation I am giving to you, then you will decode it. So it's all about coding, decoding, coding, decoding, coding, decoding, and finding new ways of expressing. There comes that new, because even it is a heated discussion, it can be a comedy. So the whole idea of this against emotion is actors, audience, they are not aware that what it will become. So that the notion of predefined idea of expression will be completely will completely vanished, because we don't know what will be. Even if we are doing this scene for like many times, even we are not aware what kind of nuance will come. That is the beauty of this against emotion, that we can we can start a scene of a killing, of murder scene, and we'll do in whole scene we are just doing comedy, and it will give some different effect to the audience. Or if it is dead body scene, or some comedy is happening, and somewhere some actor doing something related to that against emotion, and it can change the whole scenario of the comedy scene. So against emotion is, you can say, it's a technique, it's an application where it's an idea of giving a new interpretation of your acting, or your performance, or your dialogue delivery. Okay, for example, there is a story, for example, there is a story that a boy is a stand-up comedian. Okay, and like the same story of a joker story, that he's a stand-up comedian. He's finding a joke, but he's not able to do, because he's so much into pressure, so much into anxiousness, and so much into depression, that he's not getting the joke. So what he is right now trying to do, like he starts doing something very very strange out of it. For example, he becomes so much into that he's not able to invent a joke, that he started telling the story of his mother's death, and now he is making that it as a joke. But even if for him it's a comedy, it's a stand-up comedy, but that comedy is making audience afraid of him. There comes that nuance of against emotion, that, see, one, it's a stand-up comedian. Two, he is trying to make a joke out of it, but the way he is telling a joke, for him is a joke that he has invented, but that joke is creating terror, is creating fear in the audience, that people start ge- uh, uh, getting away from that person, that it becomes a dangerous notion of that idea. So that is also a kind of against emotion. You are right that every time we can't apply, even we can't apply the whole breathing exercise we did in every scene. Even we can't apply that opening contrasting these expressions in our scene. But what happens that when we approach these exercises, we are aware that when and where we create those moments, when we play with the silence, when we play with the pause. And these are like these three things, that a pause, silence, and holding your expression is the key element of against emotion. You cannot attempt against emotion if you are not actually aware of the how you channelize your emotions, because it's all about emotion. It's all about changing the emotion. If you are not pro in channelizing your emotion, it will be vague, it will be very very funny, sometimes it will be very very artificial, if you don't know how to hold your emotion. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll start with a story, very simple story, a kg story or third grade story. The story will take, but we'll keep something else in the mind and we'll narrate the story. Are you getting the exercise? Very simple exercise, that we will come up with a very regular simple ordinary story of a tortoise and a rabbit. But when we are narrating the story as an actor, verbally we are attempting the story, but we'll keep some other story, back story in our mind. So we will play a contrast in performance. The same way, right? I am telling I hate you, but I have some other idea, some other intention in our mind. So this exercise against emotion is instilling instilling the intention in your mind in other contexts. Like you're instilling your intention, but you're saying something different. That is the idea of this against emotion. Okay, so let's find, please rephrase it in Tamil, and let's find some very simple story, and then we'll try to apply that uh, against emotion technique in our application.
So, Sanjay, what you're telling is let let people let we both should come up with a story. It can be a KG story, normal ஸ்டோரியா இருக்கலாம். அந்த ஸ்டோரி வந்து மைண்ட்ல வேற ஒரு ஸ்டோரியை ஃப்ரேம் பண்ணி வச்சுட்டு இந்த ஸ்டோரியை நரேட் பண்றோம். ஸோ அப்படின்னும் போது வேற ஒரு இமோஷன் கண்டிப்பா கிக்கின் ஆகும். அந்த இமோஷன் கிக்கின் ஆகும்போது அது ஒரு டோட்டலாவே ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்ட் சினாரியோவை ப்ரொஜெக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். ஸோ யூ வில் கெட் அ டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃபிளேவர் இஸ் வாட் யூர் ட்ரைங் டு டெல், ரைட்?
For example, yeah, take that story, just any story and random story which is universal story, any story please. Then I'll tell you how to incorporate the intention, different intention, and convey something very different which will be completely against what you are saying. That is the idea. Okay, please tell me the story, any story.
So a father is working very hard for the family, and he is trying to build a house. It's been
Hmm.
40 years of his hardship. He's still trying to build a house only. He's not built a house till date. So that is the story's outline, out of which he'll have a lot of tension. Like one day, in one of the times, he'll go and ask for the builder's quotation. He'll not be able to get it because what he has saved as a money, the amount of quotation will be higher. So that kind of problems will keep coming. He'll not be able to build a house for his family. That is the idea. That's the story's idea.
Okay, so like I can have some other flavor to the story. Let me rephrase this story. That a father, there is a father. Uh, his dream is to construct a beautiful house for his son, and his son is now studying. Okay, studying in the last year, and after that course, he might get a job. So the whole idea of that father is to just work hard in a way that ever since that son has got the job, he will construct the building. Okay, and he is ready, like he has invested all his saving into that house, and he was able to construct the house, and the son has got the job. Now, out of maybe out of excitement, out of dream, the father has like arranged the marriage for his son, and the newly uh, what do we call that, bahu, uh,
Newly married.
the newly married girl came in the house. Okay, the new house, and in 3 months the couple kicked out the father.
The father. Okay.
That is the idea. Now he is again homeless, what he was. Like he went back to the 40 years of struggle. So from he started from zero, he ended he ended having a house, and now he was kicked off that same house he constructed. Story. Now it's a simple story, that is a simple regular, like everybody is going through some or the other way. Now if you want to give some other meaning to the story, what will happen? Just apply. It can be anything. Okay, that is the story.
Meaning, matlab, what you're trying to tell? Like, meaning means what kind of.
Meaning in the sense that this is a story, we are not going to change the text will be the same, but we have to change the meaning. We have to change the how of the story. How you will do that in order to
Like a father, like the crisp The outline of the story is going to be zero. The father is a zero. He's got a house. Then again, at the his age of 60, he's again a zero. So that is the idea.
That
But
is the idea.
that is the idea. The girl coming in, that can all change. Is what you're telling. The girl is coming in, who's my daughter-in-law. She's kicking him out of the house. That portion and all can change. Is what you're trying to tell, or what you're
No,
trying to tell?
uh, this is the text. This is the Bible text. You cannot change anything in this story. What you are going to speak will not be changed at all. Fine? Okay? Now, you are, as an actor, going to change the intention of the story. That's it. And if you are able to change the intention of the story, you will be able to apply against emotion in that. That's it. That is the idea. We cannot change the story. It will be the story of a old man who struggled to have a house, and he saw his dream coming true, and then out of excitement he arranged the marriage of his son, and they got a daughter-in-law, and that daughter-in-law kicked him out in just 3 months, and he's again at the zero. That fellow. This is the story.
The
Now
story
tell
can't
me.
change. The story is
No,
ah.
not at all. We cannot change. Now tell me, what will you do in as far as intention is concerned, a new meaning to that story? What will you do? How will you change it? You cannot change the story, you cannot change the character, you cannot change the plot. What will you do to your body, to your mind, that the whole narration of the story will be changed, even if you are not changing a word into that, not a plot, nothing. Okay, please try to think about it. Okay, are you
I,
getting what?
I'm able to get it, but when you're telling, the scenes also should not change. Nothing should change. It has to be the same. And
Hmm.
what should change in the story? According to the narration, should change. The way of narrating.
How it impacts you will change the dynamics of the story. Okay, for some time, like for example, if I see a father as a, like if I see father's perspective, I will say same story in a different way. If you see the bahu, the daughter-in-law's perspective, the same story will be completely different. If you see, it's like a Chinese whisper philosophy, Chinese whispers game. And if you see the son's perspective, the story will be the different. So there we have to try which perspective we are going to attack, and we are going to narrate this. Are you getting it or not right now? So if you look at the daughter-in-law's perspective, what will be the story? Please tell the story. If you are a daughter-in-law, please carry all those baggage as a daughter-in-law in your mind and say the same story. The punctuation, the emphasis, the how will be completely different, as when you are telling the same story in father's perspective, the person who has dreamed of constructing a building, and he was that. Is it clear now? Yeah,
Perfect.
please try. Yeah,
So
prepare your mind, prepare.
my
It will fumble, you will not have that intensity, but it will come after practicing, it will come, it will come. So if I help you, you see, like,
I'll go.
you
I'll go. I'll do it from the
think,
son's perspective.
yeah, think about the court, think about the court ambience, that they have to listen to the victim, they have to listen to the against party, they have to listen to the lawyer, they have to, so everybody is that time telling that they are telling true. They are representing truth. So on that ground, how you are going to judge if everybody is trying that they are true? Whatever they are saying is truth. So you can also get some, some idea from that situation, that how will judge see the truth if I am also saying that I am not the victim, or I am not, I have nothing to do with that. If the daughter-in-law say so, you will not have sometime choice. I am telling you as a director that tell me the story with the perspective of a daughter-in-law. Then how will you tell me the story? You don't have choice to tell that I will narrate the story in a son's perspective or an old man perspective. No, I am giving you a job that going to get paid, and I'm the director, and I'm giving you the thing that tell me the story in daughter-in-law's perspective, and please tell me the same story.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and try to do it.
Everything is great. The father's hard work, 40 years of hard work. He's from the rags. He's somehow got this land, done it for his son. But it's a very small piece of land. I have no problem in that. Okay, I'm ready to adjust. But it is just a one bedroom flat. It's just a one bedroom house. So in that, my husband leaves to office. My father-in-law and I am only are there. It is very uncomfortable for me. Like he's always around. He's always supervising. He's telling like how a mother-in-law is behaving or how a mother-in-law is treating. That is the same way he's also behaving, because he's telling this much salt only you should put, this much sugar only you should put. That is what my son will like. Just because he's very possessive with his son, he can't come and dictate what all I am doing for his son, right? It is my way. I want to live my life in my way with my husband. That is the best way. I can't play as per his whims and fancies. I'm just asking. Now, also, we have not kicked him out of the house. We just are asking him to go to some rented house. And we also gave him an option. We also gave him an option of me going off to a rented house, and it's his dream to stay build a house for his son. So he is telling, no, no, my dream is to build a house for my son. So I will go out. And he went out. What can we do?
Okay, so see, are you running out of word? Are you running out of context? Are you fumbling? No, because it's right there in your mind that you are going to narrate the same story with her perspective. And there is always a true, like, whenever a person doesn't think that whatever step that person is taking is a false step, we are all convinced whatever we do as a choice. How beautifully you'd have done it. Now, whatever you said, you don't have to see, you don't have to say. You just keep all those baggage or the story in mind and tell the same story in a narrative form. See, and check, like, whatever you said, okay, plus, very very nice. Now, keep all those things in your mind and say the story. Don't tell me the perspective. You have shared the perspective, I got the perspective. Now you are not going to share the perspective. You keep all those material in your mind and say the story that, okay, there was a man who dreamed of house, and he made it, and then married, and then attempted. It will give you something.
Pradeep, central government employee who's had so many opportunities to get bribed or something, never took any kind of a bribe, because the only one reason is it will go on, the sin will go on to the next generation. Those kind of things which
Hmm.
he thought in his mind, and he was a very straightforward officer. And with that little amount he earned and the amounts which he had saved, according to what he had to spend for his son, that little amount which he saved, with that, after his retirement, he got this house built for his son and his daughter-in-law. But the same possessiveness became over possessiveness over the son. There, a new girl entering into the house made a lot of problems, made a lot of disagreements between all the three. So son was the son who's the bigger person thought of one thing. My father's dream is what? Me staying in a house with a wife, very honestly. Because I have no mother, I have only a father. My father's only wish was I have to settle in a house with a wife. I didn't want at any cost, even if I lose the father, I didn't want that wish to be lost. That is
Hmm.
the, that is the reason
Okay.
the father is also out of the house and we are in this house. So,
Okay. Fine.
am I
Okay.
am I right? Wrong?
Yeah, I will tell you. I'll tell you. Okay. Now there was a father. If I tell you the story, we are living in the house. My husband says that he is missing him. But what about me? I know. I know it's all everybody, the society, the whole society, the old relatives, everybody knows that he has constructed the house. But he is also the one who got his son married. He was the only one who found me as a wife for his son. If the woman in the house is not comfortable the way he is looking at me, if the woman of the house is not comfortable the way somebody, a stranger, for me it's just 2 months. How can I feel comfortable with a man being together 24/7 near my bedroom, the washroom I'm using, the space area I'm changing? Is it a world? Is it a safe world? And I am not an uneducated or surrendering woman. I am a sensible, educated woman, and I'm all aware what is happening under the guise of relative. I have also shared lots of. I've been, I've been aware of lots of stories happening, lots of violence and lots of these threats happening in the guise of the relatives. So how can I allow a person who is near to, like, near a stranger to me, living 24/7 with me, and how can I convince myself that that person is there 24/7? And if I have taken that step, if I stood out, if I sort of made my opinion, where I am wrong, tell me. I am not negating the story, I'm not negating the struggle he has done, I'm not at all demeaning his respect. We have a respect, and we are sort of arranging a place for him. But his ego, his generational gap, not allowing, not allowing, not allowing the family. What if a child have, if I get a girl, I can't, I the kind of history I have, I cannot trust a man if I am having a little girl with me, because my husband will go to office, he will not be home 24/7 the way I am. How can I trust? And I am in my 30s. You cannot you cannot make me fool, because I have got lots of experience in terms of society, in terms of what is happening these days. Please tell me where I am wrong, sir, my lord. Please tell me where I am wrong. So this is a courtroom. Okay, everybody is telling that they are right, Now, son's perspective. Try. The story is the same. We are not changing the story. We are just changing the perspective and the intention, and see how the different emotion starts coming. After listening to the story of the daughter-in-law, are you hating her?
No,
Does she not have a logic?
I'm
What she
not
said?
hating her, but I'm not accepting her fully also, because she has her own way of living. That is not
Uh,
wrong. Yeah.
she has baggage. She must have some past where she, uh, she's reluctant to accept a man living with her. Maybe she has some different kind of baggage happened to her. So whenever we are trying to get into the psyche of the character, we have to go all different dimension to understand the character, how that person is taking that step, how that why this person is having that tone, why that person is having that body language, why that person is looking that way. It has all related to the baggage we have. Every choice we are making is related to our baggage. Is a psychological baggage or a societal baggage or a spiritual baggage, whatever it is related to a baggage. Now let's open the son's perspective, then we'll also have some insight, and there also the emotion will be different. Let's start, let's try.
My father
Hmm,
is always an emotional person. I
hmm,
am a very practical person.
hmm,
For today, he's done so much hard work. He's done a lot of work. He's sacrificed his life. Everything is great. But today's land value, for today's scenario, living in a rented house is the best way, not building a whole house. My father is never accepting that. Look, I see this house, the house which I'm living in, I feel like it is going to be a burden because I have to pay the loan. And moreover, in that, he had so many restrictions for me and my wife. Look, his dream is only one thing. I have to live with my wife. I have to live a happy life. If I have to live that, he has to be distant from us. He has to be distant from us. That will only work. Meet for a special occasion, tell hi, how are you, handshake, hug each other. That will work. But when we are together, he's being somewhere over possessive about me. We are losing track. Me and my wife are ending up in a quarrel. So I don't think this will work out. And I, end of the day, today, who I have to choose? I have to choose my wife. Ultimately, if I go with my father itself in 1 month or 2 months, he'll be like, "No, this is not the way you have to live your life. You please leave me and go. I will take care of my life. Your wife is your importance. This marriage is what I orchestrated, this marriage, so you have to live with your wife," is what my father is going to tell. I'm going as per his wish only. But his over possessiveness is being a hindrance for me and my wife to live a peaceful life. That's my stake.
hmm. You see, so are we not changing character? Are we not changing psyche of the character? Are we not changing the script? So it's all there. See, just by having a different character perspective, just by having that flexibility of looking at that person is having a thought, that person is having a personal experience. Like for example, that podcast, who says that Nikhil Kamath podcast, that we should not buy a house but a so see how that generation, like you see, you represented that generation just by quoting that idea of renting house and not having that burden of having the big amount of loan and all. So you see, it just a take it's just a matter of shifting your idea, and your character shifts, and you are beautifully portraying what A is thinking, what B is thinking, what C can think. And if you are able to do, only one story is there. So the sample is one, but the lenses are different, and these characters are different lenses. For example, lens 1, a daughter-in-law, lens 2, the son, lens 3, and there is also a character, there's a neighbor who looks at that house, and he was the person who's telling the story, because he was aware of that person, that he goes regularly, he got that house constructed, but now when he was kicked out, that person's should be having a different kind of perspective, very neutral and different kind of perspective. See, so what we are doing in against emotion, we are having a regular content, we are having a different we are having a different briefing of from our director and writer, but actors lenses are different. And with the help of this exercise, we are making ourselves well equipped to use different lenses to one text. And a very basic and simple example of I love you, but my words are saying I love you, but my mind is not at all saying, not supporting. And here that contrast come, that I love you, I love you. So this is what we try to say in that. And the series will be followed, but this is the idea, that how a story can have a different lenses and numbers of lenses, I'm telling you. Now see the different lenses. If I say that, if somebody, a reader, is reading the same story in the newspaper, and and the actor will tell his perspective, that person is reading the story of a neighbor telling the story. So see how it was, bifurcated according to the situation. Now now again the story, that now who has read the newspaper, that read that article about a neighbor observing a story, somebody's life story, and telling to the writer, different character. There was a story that in
The neighbor,
way,
neighbor telling the story to a writer. It is coming as a write up in a newspaper. Someone is reading it.
yeah. So you keep adding, like you keep adding different lenses, and you will have
Yeah,
lots of
yeah, I
lenses.
understand. I totally understand. Now that exercise also we can do. Yeah, yeah, I can understand. Yes, yes, yes.
So that's the against emotion, because with one content, with one dialogue, we can have n numbers of emotion in it, and the emotion will change. Emotions will be completely different. What daughter-in-law is having as an emotion, it's more about an, it's an emotion related to new life starting, a start to new life, a husband's concern, a future oriented concern will be there. Now she is in the future, and that future is making her worried. Now that guy, the son, is having a different idea altogether. Now he is talking about the present life, that okay, you are different, I'm a different guy, I don't believe in that, that loaning lots of amount, and keep thinking about the EMI thing, so that there is no life at all, it's just a EMI thing. But now the father is more into past. So three times are there in three lenses, and in the form of three characters, and the flavor they are giving to the same story is completely against emotion. What concerns makes daughter-in-law happy, maybe might not make the old man happy. What the the situation is making old man happy, there is a full surety that they will not be happy. So see, the definition of happiness, the definition of anxiety, the definition of the concern will always be different. It will vary from person to person, and that variation will help us as an actor to find different lenses of a same story. That is what the against emotion, the first opening chapter, opening session of the against emotion, is all about. That, please rephrase it in Tamil and give me some examples, so that I will also be assured that okay, I could say something out of it, out of the title against emotion. Okay. Yeah.
So ம். இத எப்படி சொல்லலாம்னா, ஒரு கதைக்கு பல பக்கங்கள் இருக்கு. ஒரு ஒரு கதைக்கு பல பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ஸ் இருக்கு. பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ஸ்ன்னும் போது என்ன சொல்றாங்க அப்படின்னா, ஒரு கதைய வந்து இப்போ வந்து விருமாண்டி கதை மாரி. கமல் ஒரு கதை சொல்லுவாரு. கொத்தால தேவன் ஒரு கதை சொல்லுவாரு. அது போக இன்னொருத்தரு நெப்போலியன் ஒரு கதை சொல்லுவாரு. இந்த 3மே அ பார்க்கும்போது ஒரு பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் இருக்கும். ஆனா ஒரே கதை தான். அதோட கோர் கதை என்ன அப்படின்னா, கமல் நல்லவரு, ஒரு கல்யாணம் பண்றாரு. ஸோ என்ன அப்படின்னா, இந்த ஒருத்தவங்களோட பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் சேஞ்ச் ஆவுறது தான் இதோட அகைன்ஸ்ட் இமோஷனோட கோரே. ஸோ இப்போ ஒரு வீடு இருக்கு. ஒரு அப்பா வந்து அந்த வீட கட்டுறாரு அப்படின்னா, அவர் தான் அதோட டோட்டல் என்டைட்டில்மென்ட். அதுதானே நியாயம். அதுதானே நீதி. ஆனா அது வந்து ஒரு பையன் வந்து அவங்க அப்பா அங்க அங்க இருந்து தள்ளி இருந்தா தான் கரெக்ட்டா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். அது ஒரு அவனோட பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ல அவனு சொல்றான். மருமக டாட்டர் இன் லா அவ வந்து ஒரு பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் சொல்றா. எப்பவுமே நான் தனியா இருக்கிறேன். அப்போ வந்து என் மாமனார் இருக்காரு. அப்படின்போது எனக்கு ஒரு கம்ஃபர்டபுளா இல்ல அப்படிங்கிறா. ஸோ அது ஒரு பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் அவ சொல்றா. ஸோ இத்தன பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ஸ் இருக்கும்போது, நெய்பர் ஒரு பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் இருக்கு. "ஐய்யய்யோ! அவரு அந்த வீட கட்டுனாரு. அவ்ளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டாரு. அவரே இப்ப இந்த வீட்ல இல்ல. He himself is not there in the house. Bloody what is the neighbor's perspective?" But the iron man, iron guy who's coming to the house and delivering iron clothes, his perspective will be different because he's going inside the house, keeping the clothes and coming back. So his perspective will be different. அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் இருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறது தான் அகைன்ஸ்ட் எமோஷன். ஸோ கதை ஒண்ணுதான். அந்த கதைக்கு 4 எமோஷன். அதுதான் அதோட
And you
கோர்.
yes, I will add something to it that right from the iron person, like those who coming just for us, like for some time, and the person who is there 24/7 in the house, everyone will be having a different story, but every story will be having start, opening, middle, and end.
எஸ், 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 எஸ்.
And and if the story is having a opening, middle, and end, it will have a different emotion because everybody will not be having the same concern. Iron Man will not be having the same concern, so it will, according to the concern, as per the concern, the story, the narration will be completely different, the intentions will be different. So it will be surely against emotion what the story is all about. There we started using the against emotion thing through different lenses, through different perspective, through different ideas. We started you As an actor, we started peeling off the different lenses to see the same story, right from the neighbor's perspective, or the old man perspective, or the person who is reading the article. Maybe let's imagine that the person committed suicide when he was kicked out of house. Then there comes the article in the newspaper. Then the person reading that article can have a different perspective. Maybe by reading the story, he will be able to relate to some reference to his life. So there is always a, going, getting into the story, and there that these nuances will come. That when we are actually extremely sad, we start laughing, we start smiling. When we are extremely unhappy with something, we start laughing sometimes. So this is what the idea of today's session. I hope uh, that we try to convey something, but we'll continue in a very simple way. We'll try to create some exercises to help you to understand in a very simple way, in a better way. It's a complex idea, but we'll try to make it simplified. Okay.
Yeah, I understand the whole idea, but for this against emotion and the story which you tell, no, what is the connect? I don't understand that alone, man. I don't understand that.
For example, we already have a predefined notion of
Now,
emotion.
now when you told I love you, there are a lot of ways to tell I love you. You told I love you in a very angry way, where you are upset with the opposite gender, and you're telling that I'm going to kill you. Okay, and when you tell I trust you, you don't trust the opposite person. So you're telling that. Okay, that is against emotion. I understand. This house thing, no, that is totally three different perspectives. of the same scenario. So how is that against emotion? I don't.
Okay, I'll tell you. For example, every emotion will be having a predefined set because it is a standard thing where we all connect. Okay, sad, even if we are in a different culture, we are different scenario, sad is somewhere relatable to everyone. Happiness is related to everyone. But what happens that if there is a one plot, and if there are different lenses, different characters dealing with the same plot, the emotions of that plot will be completely different. For example, as per the concern, the emotions will be different, and it will be different to the extent of completely opposite. For example, I will try to connect it. The idea of the house, the idea of the dream for a father, and when he realizes that, is completely different and against to the lady of the house, and again to the son who doesn't believe in that idea. The father is having a dream, but that person who is the son of that father doesn't believe in that dream at all. Is it not against? Is it not negating the idea of against emotion? So there comes that against emotion, that concerns will be different, approaches will be different, and we have to understand where, because even in one story there will be lots of layers in the form of characters, and we have to now understand the psyche of the character, and the concerns of the character as well, because that will be the deciding factor of how they are going to treat the same story. The treatment of the same story by the daughter-in-law is different. Her emotion is against to the father, the father's emotion is completely against to the daughter-in-law, and the son's against completely against the idea, because he is not at all believing in the idea of possessing a house and investing lots of sum to the house. We will discuss it, we will make it simple. We just today started that concept of against emotion. We'll dive in it. We'll create lots of exercises, it will be simple. Okay, so that was the session today,
Fine, Bhaiya.
and yeah, this is what I wanted to share today, and we will try
Fine.
to make it simple. Okay.
Thank you, Bhai. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Good night.
Good night, Bhaiya. Take care.
Okay.
Take care.